Hello, namaskar. This is Firstpost and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. The top headline today comes from a Signal group. Signal as in the messaging app. Top US officials discussed their war plans there on Signal. And they added a journalist to the group, apparently by mistake. We'll tell you what happened next and how Donald Trump is responding to this. Meanwhile, in Saudi Arabia, there have been marathon peace talks stretching over 12 hours, but no peace yet for Ukraine and Russia. In India, the government is trying to evade or at least soften the blow of Trump tariffs. A US delegation is in New Delhi for talks. We'll tell you how it's playing out. Also, how Indian markets and the rupee have gained over the past week. Have they bounced back? We'll discuss that. Why India may suffer because of Trump's Venezuela policy. How the growing protests in Turkey may prove to be the biggest challenge for Erdogan yet. Why Canada is accusing India again, this time saying that New Delhi has the intent to interfere in next month's election. What is China's newest weapon? An undersea cable cutter. Why India's first naval drills with Africa are so significant? And is there a hidden old city under the Egyptian pyramids? All this and more coming up. The headlines first. India exposes Pakistan at the United Nations once again, calls out Islamabad for unwarranted remarks on Jammu and Kashmir. India asks Pakistan to vacate the illegally occupied parts of the region. Just last week, New Delhi had slammed Islamabad at a UN meeting and rejected its baseless claims of human rights violations in Jammu and Kashmir. The Sudanese army strikes a market in the western Darfur region. The airstrike has reportedly killed hundreds of people. Since 2023, the army has been fighting the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. The RSF controls nearly all of Darfur, which has faced some of the worst violence in this war. Australia unveils tax cuts in its pre-election budget. It will also slash student debt and speed up defence spending. Later this week, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is expected to call a general election. Polls show his Labour government is locked in a tight race with the Conservatives. South Korea scrambles to contain its worsening wildfires. At least 4 people have been killed and thousands of acres of land have been destroyed. The blaze has also burned a historic Buddhist temple to the ground. This is one of South Korea's worst ever fire outbreaks. And chewing gum releases hundreds of microplastics into the mouth, say researchers. The study also warns of pollution created by the rubber-based sweet. If you chew around 200 pieces of gum a year, you could be ingesting 30,000 microplastics.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.